The age-old adage says that a way to a man's heart is through his stomach. But for an Indian, it is through great Indian food. The Indian palate is so obsessed with spicy, aromatic and rich curry-oriented food that even in an overseas MICE travel, it looks out for Indian menu options. Hello and welcome to yet another insightful edition of MICE India, the platform for evolving landscape of the global meetings, incentives, conferences and the business events industry. My name is Shekhar. I'm the editor of the MICE India magazine and director of marketing at Luxury MICE Travel. In this episode, I will walk you through 6 key reasons why Indians are so obsessed with Indian food when they travel overseas on a MICE business. This episode is going to be of immense benefit to conference planners, meeting planners, destination management companies, restaurateurs, hoteliers, and the likes as they get ready to welcome the Indian guests. And also, a sneak preview on the changing food habits of the Gen Y of India and how the future of Indian food looks like. If you like the episode, do not forget to share it with your friends and press the like button and also hit the subscribe button to get the latest updates on the business events industry. So let's dive in, shall we? One major Indian meal a day is a standard norm for the Indian MICE traveler, and that completes his day. Over the years, I've been admiring the Indian MICE travel grow exponentially, but what has not changed is his desire for that one major Indian meal in a day. About 20-25 years back, when I started to travel, Indian food was not available in many cities around the world. And especially for a vegetarian like me, it was a huge challenge. But now, with an Indian in every nook and corner of the world, Indian food is just around the corner. The geographic spread of India is so huge that just like the language, the Indian food preferences changes every few miles. But for simplicity, we can divide the entire Indian palate into 4 different categories: the Eastern India food, the Western India food, the Northern India, and the Southern India food. Try and locate the common elements here: Indian breads, rice, curries, lentils, yogurt, and some sweet to finally sign it off. If these are on the menu, it should make a full meal for the Indian. Then we have community-driven meals, and Jain meals are one of the most popular ones in this category, with or without garlic, with or without onion. And now the new generation sometimes prefers vegan, organic, or gluten-free. Rather than calling the Indian traveler a little fussy about Indian food, let me share a few reasons for these differences. The Indians prefer their food piping hot and not cold. Indians also prefer their food to be aromatic and flavorful rather than with added colors. The Indian food is freshly cut and processed with ingredients rather than being packaged. Most of the Indian food is plant and vegetable based rather than meat based. Because the country India is so huge and there are so many states in the country, the Indian food palette is influenced by regional preferences rather than international preferences and global cuisines. And finally, Indians prefer their food to be cooked using earthenware pots and fire rather than on gas and on electrical appliances. That's one side of the story, the conventional side. Now for the other. For the millennials, the youth between the age bracket of 18 to 35 years, which comprise today of 65% of the Indian population, or the Gen Y as we call them, are ready to change and indulge in a 360-degree gastronomical experience. The steaks of Australia, the sushi of Japan, the baklawas of Istanbul, the pasta, the margherita, and the lasagna of Italy, the waffles of Belgium, the cheese fondue of Switzerland, and the shawarmas of the Middle East. These are the adventurous lot who would like to indulge in local experiences and local food. These are the risk takers, these are the adventure seekers, these are the thrill seekers. They crave for newness. They are less emotional, more realistic, more practical. And in Rome, they do as the Romans do. During a large overseas MICE movement, we do get a request a lot of times from our clients that they would like to carry their own chef and ingredients as well. And hotels now are being kind enough to accept our request for these. We at Luxury MICE Travel offer a large assortment of Indian food, vegetarian, Jain meals, a lot of vegan, organic, gluten-free as per the choice of our guests. So if you are planning your incentive travel or you're planning a MICE movement, please do write to one of our MICE specialists at sales@luxurymice.com. I trust you've enjoyed this episode. Please do not forget to subscribe our channel MICE India and get the latest insights and updates on the meetings, incentives, conferences and the business events industry. I will see you soon in my next episode. Till then, take care.